social media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru. Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, let's pull them in right now. We got Mike Davis returns to the Drive-Thru. Got Tony Brown, Jay Briggs, Alex Smart, Millz Young, Wayne Scott, and Big Al McMordie. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Smart, McMordie, Davis, Brown, Young, Briggs, Scott, then I close this one out. All right, NFL football on the board tonight. Couple from college football as well as baseball playoffs. We'll have a game in prime time. There's lots of hockey on the board tonight, so let's get this one underway. Let's welcome Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Spin. We'll bring Alex in right now. Ready to roll with Alex Smart. Alex, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how you doing? We're going to go with some NFL this Sunday after that disgusting call I made last time. I took a kick in the teeth with South Alabama. Wow, did they ever rock and roll 2 games in a row? But, yeah, that's interesting. South Alabama is a team to keep an eye on, by the way.
Yeah, they had a bad loss out there, so it's kind of hard to sometimes trust those teams after a poor performance. But yeah, those things happen. Trust me.
Yeah.
I had UL Monroe one time. It wasn't too good when they got pounded.
It wasn't pretty, but interesting. Yeah, hey, a loss is a loss, and win's a win. Doesn't matter how you get it. Doesn't matter how you lose. It's all the same thing. So we're going to go with some NFL this week, and we're going to go, believe it or not, with a team that I think is being underrated here. Atlanta got outgained in their last game against the Commanders, or outgained the Commanders last time, out by 211 yards, and still found a way to lose thanks to turnovers. Ritter, is a good quarterback, good-looking kid, but, second-year pro, but has some issues, I think, in trying to squeeze balls into really, I'm going to say something. That was going to be sexual. Squeeze some balls into places maybe where they shouldn't go. But anyway, and in college football, I mean, you can get away with those kind of things. Here in the NFL, not going to happen. Kids got to learn these things, and you think he would already sort of learn them, but he hasn't. Also, Atlanta got by Texas the time before that, and 100 yards in the win versus when they outgained Texas, the Texans, I should say, by 100 yards. Now, however, despite the statistical domination, the Falcons are still being underrated. You got to look at these numbers. I mean, they're not doing that bad. They're able to move the ball, and their defense isn't that bad either. So we're going against a team, Tampa Bay, here. That, I mean, this is not the old version of Tampa Bay. This is not Tom Brady's Tampa Bay. This is Baker Mayfield's Tampa Bay, and he's highly inconsistent. As you can see last week, 6 points on the board. It was not a great game. So far, the Bucs at home have only averaged 14.5 points per game at home this season, and the offense looks just overall stale. If you watch any of the games, you'll see it. It's interesting to note that Tampa Bay has only covered 2 of the last 11 home games, and when they play low-scoring games like they have in the recent trips to the gridiron, they've gone 0-8 ATS over the last 2 seasons. And when they have a loss, when they're off a loss, they failed to cover 8 of the last 9. And you know what? I don't think they're going to cover this time. And I know this is kind of like far out there for a lot of people, but I think the Falcons could pull off the mild upset here in Tampa Bay.
All right, here we go here with okay, say this again. The mild upset, you said?
It could be. We could go with a mild upset here with the Falcons with a money line win. But I'm going to take the points. Obviously, we're going to take the points here.
All right, Alex here says go ahead and take the points here with the Atlanta Falcons here in this spot. Yeah, I've seen Ritter get a little bit better here, Alex, as we're looking here at Ritter's performance. A lot of folks that are, have been, obviously he's a young quarterback. He's had some issues here. We know Atlanta likes to run. They get the run game going. They can help Ritter out a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's the game plan. I'll tell you the truth. When I just look at Tampa Bay, I'm not a big Baker Mayfield fan. I'm not a fanboy of any team or any players, especially. But something about Baker Mayfield that maybe it goes all the way back to his college career. But anyway, there's something about Baker. We won't get into that, but there's something about Baker Mayfield that just doesn't come across as. He reminds me, and I've seen this guy, and I've seen him at a conference before. And it's very interesting. He doesn't come across like a people person, and I'm not trying to knock him down because he's a great overall talent, but I don't think he's great in the locker room, and I think that kind of energy just permeates. This is my opinion, only my opinion, permeates through a locker room and shows itself on the field. So
Yeah.
that's what we have.
Yeah, that no doubt about that. Also, his size is always an issue. Always gets those passes batted down. I think the league knows how to attack him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, I don't want to be too derogatory towards Mayfield because he's still got a great arm, a great football player, just something missing. And like I said, that affects the entire team. And that's sort of why I'm liking Atlanta here, because I think Atlanta has some uptrending to do. And we'll see that as time goes on. That's
All right, Alex here on the Falcons here, plus 2.5 here against the Buccaneers. You know how people look at this line. Well, should I wait for 3 in this one? What do you think about any line movement here later as we get close to kickoff?
Yeah, there was some threes up at the beginning, a couple of threes, and I really don't know. I think there was enough money, enough respected money that came in on the Falcons early. There are some old trends here that sort of, and I'm talking old trends. We're talking Tom Brady trends that apply to Tampa Bay that I think maybe people may get sort of caught up in, and I wouldn't. I think this is a different Atlanta team, and this is obviously a different Tampa Bay team.
All right, there we go here with the Alex here, Falcons plus 2.5 against the Bucs. This one will have a start time here of 1 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, Alex, a fantastic college football performance. As you can see here, 1,235 units of profit here over the entire college football season for this year. Of course, we do have a few in college football up there, the NFL game, the baseball game, lots of hockey on the board as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tonight I've got a game, a college football game between James Madison and Marshall. That's going to be a very interesting game. I've got the side in that one. I've got the NFL total for the Thursday night game, and I have the game 4, Astros Texas Rangers money line. And of course, we're going to have all kinds of college football action this weekend, or enough to keep us satisfied and keep us in the plus. And we're going to have some NFL on Sunday, and on we go. And next week we're going to talk some NBA and college basketball. Everything's here, and some NHL. Of course, I'm just a little bit what we call shy when it comes to early season NHL hockey.
All right, there you go. Get on board here with Alex Smart over at Pick Dodge Premium. See the great results from Alex here. 1,235 units from college football. Also, last 30 days, 772 units of profit. All sports combined. Great time to get on board with Alex. Plays up there tonight. Lots of action. Or the long-term passes. Many of you guys like to try out that 7-day pass. Get all of Alex's premium plays for 7 days, including all of his NFL, college football here for this week. And base starting next week as well. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions up there as well. That 1 month pass will cover the remainder of the baseball playoffs. Of course, a lot of football. And, of course, college basketball. It's our first big college basketball there with that 30-day all sports pass. So good time to get on board long-term with all these sports overlapping. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening, great weekend, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Talk some NBA next week, early next week.
Looking forward to it. NBA next week with Alex Smart. Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Up next, let's bring him in. Big Al McMordie. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Big Al in right now. Ready to roll as getting ready for this big weekend of action here. Obviously, we'll get some college football in today. We'll bring him in right now. Big Al, what's happening?
Hi, Tony. Not much. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday to you as well. We're getting closer to the Saturday. Big Saturday coming up here. Noon kickoff here. Penn State and Ohio State got a really good matchup here in the Big Ten here. We're seeing Ohio State now up to 5. This is the sharpest book in the world here at 5 here. Total 45.5.
Yeah, I even see as high as 5.5 right now. Penn State is giving up just 8 points per game, which rates 1.66 points better than Ohio State's 9.66 defensive average. Penn State is also scoring 44.3 a game. That's 8.33 points per game better than Ohio State, which is averaging just 36. And for the season, Penn State is undefeated against the spread in its 5 games versus FCS. If you want to throw in the game against Delaware, they're 6-0 ATS. And they've covered by an average of 8.9 points per game. against the FBS schools. Ohio State, I mean, obviously they've performed well, just not as good as Penn State. The Buckeyes are 3-1 ATS in their 4 games versus FCS schools. They've covered by 6.9 points per game. I just think, Penn State's playing as well as any team in the country, and I'm going to happily take the points with a Penn State team that's number 1 in total defense. They're giving up 193.7 yards per game. They're number 1 in yards per play, giving up just 3.42 yards per play. And notably, by a wide margin over the number 2 Michigan Wolverines, who are giving up 4.34 yards per play. And then the Nittany Lions at their 8.0 defensive scoring average. That ranks number 2 to Michigan, which is 6.71. But I'll take a defensive road underdog any day of the week at this price at plus 5.5, and I'll take Penn State.
Yeah, plus 5.5 here with Big Al here. It will be here on the Penn State Nittany Lions, and of course, it's interesting to see that line move here to 5.5 here with Penn State. Of course, Penn State, you said, have been a lockdown defense. They have kind of taken care of the competition in pretty good, sound fashion this year.
Yeah, it's. Another interesting thing is when you take a look at the top 3 defensive teams in the country this year, they're all the Big Ten teams. It's Penn State, Michigan, and Ohio State. So, I think it's a lot of points to lay for a team that's only given up 8 a game.
Yeah, that's interesting there. Big Fox kickoff here. Big Al, Penn State 5.5 here. Plus on the plus side against Ohio State. Noon kickoff on Fox. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, some baseball on the board, a single game. We also have action here on the ice as well as NFL, college football. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Well, I had a play on the early baseball game between the Diamondbacks and Phillies, so that's gone. But I've got 4 football plays left. I've got side and total in the NFL, both strong plays. And then I've also got 2 side plays in college football, including my Sunbelt game of the year. And those 4 plays are up right now, and I should have some more plays posted overnight for Friday.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with this plays tonight. As you said, Major League Baseball postseason plays up there, college football. Instead of that, why don't you go ahead and get a long-term pass, 30-day pass, perfect right now with all these sports overlapping. Great time to get the long-term passes. Promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off at checkout. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, making that even a greater value there. All right, Big Al, everybody know about your all access. We see your videos up there that you shoot here. I think on a daily basis here at Pick Dogs. Pretty good value there for the people.
Yeah, folks can text Big Al to 775-636-7676. And what the all access is, Tony, is the clients get all of my plays and they would be rated. So if there's 10 plays on a Saturday, you would get them rated 1 through 10. So you would know which one would be the best, which one is second best, and so forth. You can also ask me about any game on the card 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just, shoot a text, call, email, however you want. And if there's a game you want my opinion on, you can get it. And it's for big players. If you can bet 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, on up a game, then just text Big Al to 775-636-7676.
There you got the information there from Big Al. So get on board with Big Al McMordie. All right, Big Al, have yourself a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Talk to you on Wednesday. You
got it. Big Al McMordie here on The Drive-Thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, we'll welcome back to The Drive-Thru Mike Davis. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium, having a fantastic performance. You see him top of the leaderboards. Top performer for the year 2023 over at Pick Dog. So let's bring him in right now. Mike Davis, ready to roll. Mike, what's happening?
What's up, Tony T? How you doing, man? Nice to be here. Nice to be here, brother. Thank you.
Great to have the number 1 ranked capper at Pick Dogs for 2023. It's been an outstanding performance from Mike. Joined the crew this year and putting up some fantastic numbers. Hope to see those videos back soon. But tonight, we're looking at the NFL game. We've seen the Saints this one about 1.5 now. It's kind of sitting at the Saints -2. We see the total 40.5.
Yeah, I tell you what, Tony. Listen, I'm going to play the over in this game, and I know that goes against the norm here. I think most people are really liking the under in this situation, but I like the over here. Let me explain a little bit. You got Jacksonville, who was in London for 2 weeks. They come back. They play a division rival against Indianapolis, a fairly easy game facing off with Gardner Minshew. I look for the defensive legs to be a little bit tired on a short week here. going over to New Orleans. This New Orleans offense, let's be honest, they have not broke out yet. I know they blanked the Patriots, but I faded them last week because I played the Houston Texans. I thought that was a really tough spot for New Orleans. And they did get inside the 30-yard line 3 to 4 times and come up with 0 points there. So this New Orleans offense can move the ball. They've got some weapons with Olave and Thomas and Alvin Kamara, Derek Carr leading the ship. Having said that, they are missing a couple of offensive linemen tonight, but Josh Allen's really the only one that can pressure coming off that Jacksonville defensive front. So having said all that, I look for New Orleans to finally have a big breakout game offensively at home, and this Jacksonville offense has really started to gel. I mean, Travis Etienne has been playing some excellent football. They got Ingram, they got Christian Kirk, they got Calvin Ridley, they got Trevor Lawrence, a little bit banged up, but I look for him to spread the ball around. This is an explosive offense. I look for them to do big things on the turf tonight. So I like the over. This is a low total, and rightfully so. I get it. If you're just going by the numbers, you would lean towards the under, but you can't always just go by the numbers. I like the over in this situation. I look for New Orleans to finally have a breakout game at home, and I look for Jacksonville to continue to play really good offensively.
Look what Mike Davis did. You know, number one capper over at Pick Dogs. Look what happens, right? The line moves up. moves up to 40.5, and we got the sharpest book in the world right live odds as we speak. And as he gives it the over, guess what happened? It goes from 40.5 to 40, which tells you that your book still has 40.5 because nobody moves it that fast. So go ahead, and if you're looking for the over, check your book. You'll get it right now at this number. As a matter of fact, there's still 40.5s out there in the marketplace. So look for it right now as that line does just ticked over as we speak. Yeah, it's something that really caught my attention. Was supposed to be a bad spot for Jacksonville when they came back from those 2 games in England, right? I know a lot of sharp people. I was even on it myself with the Colts there, and I took into the shorts there. But I fully respect the professionalism from this Jaguars team coming back from 2 weeks on the road in England and coming back and putting a spanking on those Colts.
Well, Tony, that comes down to coaching. I mean, let's not forget, these guys are led by Doug Peterson. Hello? Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles as his quarterback. I mean, this guy can coach the heck out of football. I think this is a tough spot for them tonight. Having said that, I look for both offenses to score some points. But I'm with you on that. Watch out for this Jacksonville team moving forward. They're very well coached moving forward. So keep an eye on them. But tonight I look for both teams to score some points. I really do.
Yeah, the latest here on Lawrence, you guys know about the knee situation. You got the MRI over the weekend. It looks like it's a mild sprain, and Coach Peterson expects Lawrence to start Thursday night's game, pending his pregame workout. So you're probably going to have to check out his workout. But I think it's been since the morning. Lawrence was sending out some positive news about his status.
Yeah. Yes, and Beathard is the backup. I wouldn't love to play if Beathard is the starter, obviously. But I fully look for Trevor Lawrence to play this game. He's never missed an NFL game. He only missed 2 games in college. One was a neck injury and one was COVID, I think. So Trevor Lawrence is a gamer. He's going to be out there. I feel like he's going to be out there. Everything's leading or hinting towards him being out there. Obviously, I don't like it as much if Beathard's out there. But with Trevor Lawrence playing tonight, I think you're getting good value here, Tony T, with a really low total.
Yeah, I'm not going to put performance, but tough guys like Philip Rivers, if he had an injury, he's I'm playing. Seems to have a little bit of that Philip Rivers banged up, went out. He's going out there,
That's right. I like him, man. I mean, listen, it's taken him a couple years, but let's keep in mind it took Peyton Manning a little bit of time also. So, I like what Trevor Lawrence does, and ETN is his security blanket. They played together at Clemson. He's a big-time security blanket for him, and he's really starting to find Calvin Ridley on that outside. And they've got weapons. I mean, you move Christian Kirk to the you still got me, Tony?
I got your sound, not the video. Oh, no, wait, we're back.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had a call coming in. Sorry. You get Christian Kirk now as your number 2 guy, whereas last year he was the number 1 guy, and Calvin Ridley on the outside is your number 1 split in, and Evan Ingram, who's a great possession receiver. So you've got a lot of weapons with this Jacksonville offense, and they're well coached. So I look for the over tonight, Tony. I like it.
Over tonight. Check your book. Get the best numbers. Over 40.5. This one to have a start time here, 8:15 Eastern time over on Prime, Amazon Prime Video. All right, Mike, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs tonight. As we said, top performer 2023 over at Pick Dogs, 2,091 units of profit. Mike showing profit last 30 days, last 7 days. Yesterday with a great performance. All right, we got football on the board tonight, college and pros. a single game here from the Major League Baseball. A lot on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tony T, listen to me. Listen up, folks. I am a professional sports handicapper. That means I handicap professional sports. I like the NBA that starts on Tuesday. I can't wait. I love the the NFL. I love Major League Baseball. And from time to time, Tony T, I'll dip my toes in the National Hockey League. I have my first National Hockey League play this year going tonight, and that's what I have over at Pick Dogs. All my plays for this weekend will be released probably tomorrow, maybe some on Saturday morning, maybe some on Sunday morning, depending upon the way the things move. I'm not a big quantity guy. So if you guys are buying me for a 3-day, 7-day package, I hope you're not expecting, 20 plays. That's not me. I'm more of a quality guy. I look for certain spots, but I will have at least one, more than one college football game this year, but this Saturday, but one really big play going on Saturday. And of course, the NFL will continue to rock and roll there. And of course, Major League Baseball. But Tony, as I mentioned, the NBA, baby.
That's right.
That's my cash cow, Tony T, and it starts Tuesday night, and I cannot wait.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to that.
Get on board with, here we go. Get on board with Mike Davis over at Pick Dogs. Look at the great results for the year over the past 30, last 7. You can get on board with Mike right now. He's got the 30-day all-access pass on the board. Also combination passes up here from NFL and college football remainder of the season. Guaranteed winner up there as well. But again, great time to get that multi-capper promotion. You can match up Mike with another capper who may be a lot higher volume. Maybe Mike with Big Al. There you go, because Mike is very selective, but he hits at a very high percentage rate. That's what you like there, especially for the big players out there. They love that. So go ahead and get on board. All access plays from Mike on the board. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Right, Mike? As always, great having you show. Have a great evening. We'll catch up with you soon.
Tony T, thank you, man. And shout out to all the handicappers. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you, Tony T. I appreciate you, man.
You as well. Mike Davis here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Guys, you ever miss a pick? We always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Up next, let's head out to Las Vegas, Nevada. Bring in Tony Brown. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We know Tony's been really good here on the ice with us over the past several years that I've been doing shows with him. He's had really, really good results in his NHL handicapping. We'll bring him in right now. Looking at the Vegas Golden Knights here on the ice, and I was wondering why they were an underdog last time. They got it done in overtime, though. I'll bring him in right now on the shootout. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, what's going on out there?
All right, it's going great out here. Hot, sunny, warm weather here out in Southern California here in August, probably in October, probably heading out your way as well. But tonight, well, the Kings got it done, so we'll see if the Golden Knights can get it done. They're on the road here to face the Winnipeg Jets here with the Knights favored minus 115. We see that total at 6.
Yeah, all the Knights do is get it done, so that would have been pretty much too easy. So I tried to challenge myself with this pick, and we're going with the under. 4 games, 4 wins for the Knights, 4 unders. Each game has almost mirrored itself. 3 of the games were 4-1, and then they finally got a little bit of competition and got the 3-2 game last night in Dallas. But that's 5 no matter how you score it, 4-1 or 3-2. Now 7 goals to beat us tonight. It looks like that'll be a chore. The Knights are stopping everything. Hill is a monster. He's stopping everything. He stopped every goal except 1 in all the games, except last night against Dallas. Dallas actually got 2 in. It was an overtime game, but they still were able to prevail. And the Knights have put up 4 in every game except that one. They put it up 3. So basically we're going to see the Knights scoring, the Jets not scoring, and 7 goals to beat us will be a chore. So take the under.
All right, Tony Brown says take the under here with Winnipeg and the Winnipeg Jets here and the Vegas Golden Knights. He likes that play to go under the total here tonight in NHL action. Yeah, that Golden Knights game there. I was watching that one against Dallas. They have a new television partner. It was hard to find that game, but I was able to find it. But what was your take from that? Really, a pretty good regular season matchup there in that one.
Yeah, I think. Like I said, we dispatched Dallas so easy in the playoffs. Maybe they were given a little extra effort because of that, and maybe because we started off 3-0 with 3 puck line victories, we, maybe we're a little bit late on the start. That's why we had to take it to overtime. But I think the Knights are the most complete team in hockey. Like I said, they're scoring from everywhere. They now 2 more players score goals. We still only have 2 guys with multiple goals. All of our goals were scored by different players. Like, we're scoring from everywhere on the ice, and Hill is acting like he's, you know what I mean? Like, he's ready to just get the Conn Smythe right now. Like, he's stopping everything coming his way.
Yeah, that's the way it looks, right? For VGK there in this tonight. Yeah, we can't address any better than this. Look at how Vegas has been doing, right? Holding 3 opponents to 1 goal, and then of course Dallas to 2, and having to play extra in that overtime period, not give up anything in that overtime period.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amazing
like I
defense.
said, everybody knows I'm a Knights fan, so it's kind of like tongue in cheek when I speak so highly of them. But even if I wasn't, just the numbers don't lie themselves, and just looking at the things from a handicapper's point of view, the Knights, man, you can't lose any money betting on the Knights right now, and you haven't since last year. They won it all.
Yep, there we go. Tony Brown here on that side. Of course, one thing you're going to have to sweat a little bit too is maybe this defense here for Winnipeg. It's been kind of rocky to start the season.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But we've been playing a lot of games. This is our 5th game. Some teams are only on their 2nd, maybe 3rd game. The NHL schedule has been kind of crazy. So I think a little bit of the fatigue factor plays a factor in that too. So I don't think we scored too many goals. And if we do, that means we're going to shut the Winnipeg totally out, and it's just going to be a rout. And buy it. You know me. You know I love the hook. I'm on the show today with a lot of people that hate buying the hook and all that stuff. So I don't want to get too much into it, but buy the hook, and now they really need 7 goals to beat you. At 6 right now, we'll get a tie. If you buy that hook, they really need literally 7 goals to beat you, and the Knights haven't given up more than 5 in a game in all 4 games that they played. It's kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why would they do it now?
All right, Tony Brown here on VGK Vegas Golden Knights here. Jets under the total here of 6 goals. This one will have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin, where you've been on absolute fire in the NFL. 980 units of private NFL all document over at Pick Dogs Premium for this year. Of course, we do have an NFL game on the board, baseball game in prime time, lots on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we already got one game going off right now. I have a pick in that game, but it's going off, so you missed that one. But I got a pick in the next game, the National League Championship game. I got the Thursday Night Football, and I have an NHL triple play, 3 of the best plays on the ice tonight. So you can get all those individually or bundle them up. Or if you already have my package, you already have them. That's the All Sports Pass, the VIP Pass. Every single sport, every single play I release, you don't have to upsell and get any playoff or championship picks. Everything I release for a whole entire year from every single league with that VIP Season Pass.
That's right, Season Pass indeed. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. The Season Pass, the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off, make an even greater value. So get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Tony, as always, great having the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, man. Always appreciate being here, and I'll see you guys in a few.
Tony Brown here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here with our coverage. Time for some UFC action, UFC talk. Let's bring him in right now. Millz Young, you'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. I think we're all set to go with Millz. Millz, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How's everybody doing today on this wonderful Thursday?
Everything's going great. All right, we got UFC with 294 coming up, not too far away. We know you've got a fighter in mind tonight.
Yeah, man. I'm going to be looking at this fight, man. So the fight just, it was supposed to be Alexander Volkanovski versus Charles Oliveira on a rematch, right? Charles Oliveira gets hurt. They pull him out the fight. And guess who comes to, take over his spot? Alexander Volkanovski. Another rematch that they already fought once before in a fight that was real close and competitive. A lot of people thought Volkanovski won that one. I thought Islam Makhachev won that one. This fight that is going to be taking place on this one, I like violence in this spot. Both of these fighters wanted to finish the opponent last time out, but they're both too skilled to be finished by one of another compared to how they finish the other regular opponents that they fight. So what are we here to talk about? Fight not going the distance. That's my best play on this whole card of the out of 13 fights to get you paid. It's fight not going the distance in the main event. Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. It's like at a -120 out there. Shop around for the best line.
All right, there you go from Millz. His play here Makachowski and Volkanovski don't go the distance, minus 130. How does these fights usually turn out when you get these late replacement fighters? Everyone's supposed to pretty much be in training. So how they work them out between the teams, right?
Yeah, so pretty much, well, as far as the short notice, they had backup fighters who was supposed to be, if somebody misses weight or anything like that, that there would be the short notice replacement. But at the magnitude of a fight this big, when they're fighting in Abu Dhabi, Fight Island, they had to get a big name on there. So it happened to two of the main fights on there. It happened to the co-main event too, Kamaru Usman versus Paulo Acosta. No more. Now it's Khamzat Chimaev versus Paulo Acosta. Where am I at? Now it's Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman, stepping up from welterweight to fight. So, usually they would have somebody else lined up to just go ahead and take these fights. But the magnitude of these two fighters that's fighting on these cards, you need a superstar. So they got another champion from another division, Volkanovski, to fight Islam Makhachev when he was supposed to be fighting in January defending his belt. They got Kamaru Usman, who's a welterweight at -1, weighs in at 170, stepping up to middleweight at 185 to take on Khamzat Chimaev, because, anybody else that they would fill in at the middleweight, it wouldn't make no moves. It wouldn't move the needle. So, yeah, it's one of those things to where usually the favorites win, and it's warranted on there. But on this one, man, I kind of look at it like this. Volkanovski has nothing to lose. And he knows that he can't go out there 5 rounds with Makhachev, because he's not going to have the gas tank. So with that being said, I think he's going to be, laying it all out there in those first 2 or 3 rounds. That's even going to give his opponent openings to either finish him too.
All right, there you go with Millz, Makhachev, and Volkanovski not to go the distance. -130, -120. Do your line shopping. This one will have a start time here on UFC 294 pay-per-view. All right, Millz, let's take a look over at Pick Doctrine for tonight's action. Of course, we do have the NFL. Who's in action tonight from the NFL as well? There you go. You know who's in action. Of course, Major League Baseball. We've got a couple from college football. Lots on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Man, I'm like everybody on the show, man. We must have all liked this first game that went off, man. I got to play on the game that's going on right now. I haven't seen the score.
No
hopefully
score.
It's still 0-0. Cool. I need the Phillies to come through. But yeah, besides that, man, I got a few plays that I got typed up. Just going to be putting them in packages tonight for the UFC. Got a college football bet that I already got locked up and loaded too. Besides that, looking at the other NFL games that's going to be going on this Sunday. So it's the perfect time to get your 3-day pass. You're going to get all my UFC bets. Got a few dogs that I like. Going to mix it in with my college football, MLB, and NFL. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong indeed. Get on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs Prim. Coming off a nice day yesterday. Of course, here we are on a Thursday. Perfect time to get that 3-day all sports fast from Millz. Get all of Millz premium plays for 3 days. Include all his football, NFL, college football, baseball up there as well. And of course, don't forget UFC action here, 294 coming up, pay-per-view action. Get those plays from Millz with that 3-day all sports pass, because the fights go off on Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is that 3-day all sports pass. Pick as a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. Add another capper, multi-capper promotion. Even greater value there, all right? Millz, as always, great having this show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But we know we can always catch you here with the UFC Rundown. And, of course, when there's a pay-per-view, sometimes you get together with Brad with that live show, and also to your daily video series.
Yeah, man, I dropped the UFC Bet With Me series out yesterday, so you guys can go ahead and check that out live. I went through all the 13 fights on there, gave you guys my best picks, gave you guys a bulletproof parlay that I like. Besides that, I got the Shopping with Prop video. That's dropping daily. I got 4 props in the NFL game that I like. I got 2 college props in there that I like too as well. I mean, I'm not college. 2 hockey props in there as well. So go ahead and check out the prop shop today on the Pick Dogs. I'll give you guys a free one. I like Connor Bedard over 3.5 shots on goal. It's hitting at 100% clip. 4 out of his last 4 games he went over this prop. So yeah, besides that, yeah, this Saturday, the card's going to be going on early. So, I might hit up Brad and we might just go over some of the fights real early with you guys, to get you guys some early morning money on there. Because, yeah, this is a big fight card to go over for the morning. And, yeah, man, the soccer game on this Saturday ain't till later. So, yeah, might be able to make it.
That's right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when Millz drops those plays from his video series, you get them in real time to get those best numbers. All right, Millz, as always, great having the show. look for those Jaguars, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Hey, Tony, did Wayne go yet?
Not yet.
Hey, let me ask you a question, man. What do you think about Markelle Fultz?
Well,
Would you collect his basketball cards?
I'd have a hard time because he's on the injury report too much for my liking.
Got it, man. Got it. I know he's gonna have something for me, man. Let's
All
get
right.
it going.
We'll see. We'll see how that rolls. All right, Millz, have a great one. Millz Young here on the drive through. All right, let's continue on here on the show. As we'll be going up next here to Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick. Hey, we're in the season right now for hoops, man. We just have a few more days for preseason NBA. I believe they ended Friday, and then we come back Tuesday with the season. So we'll go ahead and welcome in Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium here. So we'll bring him in right now. We'll see how these rotations go now as we get late in the preseason. We'll see if some of these starters go or they'll sit them as they need to put together these rotations. As we said, we get hit hard with a huge card on next Wednesday, a couple on Tuesday. Bring him in right now. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
It's going great. All right, we're a few hours away from some sweat from Jay as his Rangers will be in action here against the Houston Astros to see if they can get that lead 3-1. But we're going to the NBA tonight as the Jazz and Kings will be going at it here tonight in the preseason. As we're winding down the NBA preseason, we see the Jazz favored 1.5 here. The total sits 221.5.
Yes, sir, man. Mike Davis hit it right on the head at the top of the show, man. Y'all know what time of year it is. The NBA is officially back, man. We'll be back on Tuesday, so y'all know what that means. The best NBA show on the entire planet will be back on Monday afternoon, my NBA Jam session. I cannot wait, man. And with that being said, I've already been watching probably more preseason than anybody. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I've been watching a ton of preseason action and just trying to ramp up for the year. I'm watching some tonight. I have a best bet up there for y'all tonight if that's what you're looking for. But there's another play that I really like tonight, and it's this Sacramento Kings here, straight up on the money line. When I look at this game, this line just looks extremely funky to me. The Utah Jazz have played the much better basketball in the preseason at 3-1. The Kings 0-4. The Kings also on a back-to-back after losing a heartbreaking loss last night to the Golden State Warriors. Curry hit him with a deep dagger. He's in regular season form already. And I think that people are going to overreact to the preseason back-to-back. I think people are going to overreact to just the overall records of the team. The Jazz at 3-1, the Kings at 0-4, but I'm not. Based on what I've seen with my two eyes with these two teams on the court, the Kings are still the better team, and getting plus money with them here in this spot seems like a great place to be. You have to take into account who guys played in the preseason. The Jazz are 3-1. They played the Clippers, Portland. Their 3 wins are the Clippers, Portland, and then a team from New Zealand. Portland is probably going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA, really young core. They won that game by 5. And then the Clippers, they just – what would Kawhi do? This is a veteran group. They're not taking the preseason all that seriously. So I'm not taking much from that. The Kings, yeah, they've lost 4 games, but they lost to the Lakers and Golden State twice. Nothing wrong with that. They get back on the clock tonight. They win this game over the Jazz at home. Taking the Kings plus money, straight up money line.
All right, Jay, here on the Kings plus money because we saw the Kings with a really good playoff performance last year. Of course, they got knocked off there in the 7. And we'll see how they recover here. Remember, this was the most healthiest team of any team in the NBA last year. It was amazing how many clean injury reports they had last year. Can it duplicate? We'll see how it rolls this year if they can all stay healthy again.
Yeah. Last year was an extremely great season for them. Me and you talk about them a lot. I don't think that the health bug is going to be on their side quite like it was last year. I think that some teams that were underneath this Kings team got a little bit better. And I think that the West is 10 teams deep that can make the postseason. So I would not be surprised if we saw them peel back a little bit, possibly be in the play-in type situation. I like Mike Brown as a coach, but like you just said, they were the healthiest team by far last year. Like nobody really missed a significant amount of time. I don't know if that's sustainable for this team moving forward this year. We'll have to find out and see if they can make noise like they did last year.
Yeah, see how they do with the noise. Of course, Jazz was a team that was supposed to tank last year. They showed a little fight that caught a lot of people off guard because this was the tanking team going into last season, almost like what we think of Portland coming this season.
Yeah, the Jazz are going to be on my radar this year, man. We're going to make a lot of money on the Jazz. They're one of those small market teams who many people just don't think of on a daily night, but they win a ton of basketball games, and you're usually getting a great number with them. They don't have just a tier one star. And so many people just kind of overlook them, like I said, but the Jazz, I think, a collective overall team, they're going to win some games, and they're going to be competing for that last playing spot as well. I like the Jazz. We're going to make some money with the Jazz this year.
All right, we got Jay tonight, though, on the money line with the Kings, plus 110 against the Jazz, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. NBA League Pass channel has been showing these preseason games that are not televised nationally. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Of course, we got the NFL game on the board, couple from college football, that single on the board here from Major League Baseball involving your Rangers and Houston Astros. Heaney on the mound. That caught me by surprise, as well as plays on ice. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I got a money-making 3-pack for sale tonight, guys. We play in all the sports. One in the NBA preseason, one in the NFL, and then one in Major League Baseball tonight. So you guys can hop on that money-making 3-pack with me. And let's make some money tonight heading into this awesome weekend. We've been red hot in the postseason in baseball, 7-3 on the play of the day, 9 or 10-3 overall since the postseason has started. So we've been pretty hot in Major League Baseball. College football has been kicking my ass, but trying to keep it rolling. NFL tonight, positive units there, trying to keep it rolling. We cashed our last play of the day in the NFL on Monday. Let's cash again here on Thursday. So pair me up 2-for-1 capper special, however you want to do it at Pick Dogs Premium.
Hey guys, got aboard Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. As he mentioned, he's got that postseason play of the day up on the board right now. Best bet NFL, preseason best bet up there as well. 3 packs. Get on board with Jay. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off on a long-term pass or individually as well. Of course, multiple capper promotions, even greater value. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. We'll catch up with you again here tomorrow. But let everybody know we can catch you in the morning on the morning show, and of course your NFL live show, NBA Jam session, returning next week.
Yeah, man, it's crazy how much content I do on a weekly basis, but I continue to do it. You can catch me in the mornings. It's me and Ruffalo right now with Mitch being out for a couple days. He got fired, so he told everybody yesterday on the morning show. Pick Dogs fired Mitch, so it's just me and Ruffalo on the morning show for a bit. You can catch us in the morning tomorrow morning. You can catch me hosting the weekend shows, Mitch, bringing in all the handicappers Saturday, Sunday, college football, NFL. What else? I'm missing something. Oh, with the NBA coming back last year, we did the afternoon live show, and I've been doing it thus far this year with the NFL as well. With the NBA coming back, we're just going to combine it into one show. It's still going to be 3 o'clock Central Time every day, 4 Eastern for all you guys. Still going to bring in a good crew guest, and we're just going to talk. So on the main reason is I just don't want to do 2 shows. Quite honest. I just don't.
The person in the chat will pretty much control that. Probably will control it, right?
Yeah. So so whatever the guys want to come on and talk about, they can talk about. We're still going to talk NFL, of course. There's just no games daily in the NFL. With the NBA, it's not the case. There's games every single day. So tune into the live show every day, man. You can get some free picks.
Yeah, I could probably expect the Tuesday, Thursdays are usually the light NBA cards. Then you get the heavy ones on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's probably based on how the schedule will probably dictate. You got a 13-game card, you know what you're talking about, right? In an NBA.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly. So,
exactly.
Ton of content from me, though. You can get it all right here at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. When Jay's live, you're live with him. Get the plays in real time. Take part in the chat. A lot of these shows are interactive. There's so many here on the board. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week. So what's going on at halftime with Mitch out? Are you gonna fly solo here on the halftime of Jags?
No, Ruffalo joining me tonight, man.
All right, go.
Make sure y'all tune in tonight. Yes, Saints Jags. Me and Mitch were on a heater halftime on Thursday night. So we're in week 7? So I want to say we're like 5-1 Thursday nights on halftime. No Mitch tonight, but it will be me and Ruffalo. We'll try to put it together again for y'all tonight. Tune in halftime, turn on your post notifications, and let's make some money.
That's right. Set the notifications and make the money indeed. All right, here we go. Jay here on the drive-thru. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Tony T, man, I'll see you tomorrow. I got to go deep dive these college football games so I can give you guys the best information tomorrow.
That's right. Time to get to work here with Jay. Going to start the deep dive in here for tomorrow's show. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Guys, I'm going to go quick with my pick because we're going to bring in Wayne here in a second. Let me go here with this one. We're going over here with James Madison and Marshall over the total. Marshall's defense is one of the reasons why I'm going over in this one. There we go. Over 49 here. James Madison, Marshall, that will be my play. This one starts in about 5 minutes or so. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we're going to go ahead and welcome in Wayne, right? Wayne Scott up next. Catch him over at Pick Dog Spring. We'll bring Wayne in right now. We'll get his game loaded here in a second, but we'll get Wayne on the line first. Let's bring him in right now. Ready to roll here. Just a second here with Wayne. Wayne, here's Wayne ready to go here. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family? Hope everybody doing good today.
Yeah, everything's going great over on my end. Of course, we're going to put the game up here in a second here because we're not going to talk this. We just talked about this game, so let's go ahead and let's get the graphic rolling here, and we'll get the game that Wayne will be talking about here as we're going Pistons and Thunder tonight. This one starts 8 Eastern. A little bit of time to go over this one. Pistons and Thunder tonight, 8 Eastern time. We see the Thunder favorite 3.5, total 224.5.
Hey man, we're getting back to regular season with these line movements. Had Pistons at +5, they're now at +3. Them guys must be playing for them. I know Cade Cunningham was on a game time decision, so with this line movement, I'm just assuming they're playing their starters. OKC has listed all their starters from the get-go early today, but there was a couple game time decisions with the Pistons. I'm assuming they're starting. That's why we got this line movement. I like the Pistons, man. They won the first game. They're 1-1 preseason. But when we do, we bet spread. So they're 2-0 on the spread, although they're only 1-1 on the money line. OKC, they're 2-2 in the preseason right now. And one of their wins was only 1 point against the Spurs. That came out and they whooped the Bucks. But in this one, Detroit, they just got more to depth, man. And they starters match up well with the Thunder. Thunder have a strong starting core, but their bench is my concern for me. I do like Trey Mann. He's a younger player, but he has proven to play well. Casey Wallace, their draft pick, is all right. Aaron Wiggins and the other Williams. That looks like to be their rotating bench, and they're good. But this Pistons team, man, I keep bragging on them and saying how loaded they are and saying how tough they are. This Pistons team is versatile, man. They can come at you with the big lineup, having Wiseman or Bagley in. Both of them guys are on the bench because they're playing a smaller unit in the Thunder. They're going with Stewart and Duran tonight, and that just shows their versatility. And they're not getting worse by playing those guys. Ivy normally starts with Cade Cunningham. They're sitting Ivy. Ivy is nice as hell. He's coming off the bench, and they're starting their rookie Thompson with Cade. That's a nasty fusion right there. You're giving me this team with points, man. I have no choice but to take the Pistons here.
Yeah, Pistons healthy here. The Livers, they're in pretty good shape here. Plus, actually, as you said, +3.5 for late money coming here on the Pistons here against the OKC Thunder. You know, Pistons team that in spots you can play them. I know there was a few big dog spots when they had some pretty significant rest advantage. I knew they were very good in significant rest advantage last year, but a lot of his reasons why is they got to keep these guys healthy. Guys like Cunningham, guys like Stewart, guys like Duran have got to be in the lineup.
Yes, sir. And besides the guys you named, they got more depth, adding Joe Harris, Bogdanovich, Killian Hayes. They have a lot of depth with this team, and this is going to be one of them sneaky teams on the season. They might not win every game money line, but I think this is going to be a great team on the spread. This is one of them teams where if I'm seeing 5 to 7 points, that's and they're healthy, like you said, man, it's going to be hard for me not to take them, and I don't care who they playing. Suns, Nuggets, I don't care. You give me them old school Piston numbers that they normally get with this team right here. The books don't make adjustments. I'm going to be hammering these guys early, man. And just because I'm on the Pistons don't mean I don't understand who the Thunder got. Thunder, legit starting lineup, as I said. But in the game where the bench will play a major role in this, I'm taking the Piston with the points. And not to get off subject, but you know I got to answer my man Millz, man. Look, I'm a buy low, sell high guy, man. I'm a buy low, man. I did buy a bunch of Marcus Fultz cards low. He's gonna have an explosion season, man. He missed 20 games last year. Hear me out, Tony. Averaged 13.9 points, missing 20 games. We're gonna say 14 points. Averaged 3.9 rebounds. We're gonna say 4 rebounds. Averaged 5.7 assists. We're gonna say basically 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, playing on 29 minutes after missing 20 games. Also was number 28th in steals, averaging 1.5 steals. He has nowhere to go but up. I personally believe he's going to be a top 10, very minimum top 12 point guard in this league. And he's one of them pure point guards who's very efficient. A lot of people talking about he lost his shot. He doesn't need a shot. His shot is actually getting better. He jumps very high, so his jump shot is there with the flick of the wrist. We don't need the shoulder to be there. And with the guys he has on the wing with Bankero and friends, there's not going to be many people that can stop him from getting to the lead. I mean, to the rim. He's long as heck. So, yeah, I'm definitely buying high on folks. I ain't listening to what Millz got to say on that, man. I know he's going to joke me about my folks, but, yeah, man, we here.
That's right.
Markel Fultz.
Markel Fultz.
Guys, man.
Just get him in the line. Stay in the lineups. Just stay off that IL. You'll be good. All right, let's get top of the lineup in about 10 minutes from now. Celtics Hornets. Celtics road favorite 6.5. Total 229.5. This is your TV game on NBA TV.
Hey, man, they're taking some points away from my Hornets. They was at 7.5. I loved them there. I still like them at this 6.5, but somebody's getting the memo, man. The starting lineup for the Hornets is not bad. I'm trying to tell you, PJ Washington is 28 points, 25 points. This is a guy nobody's talking about who's scoring over 20 with ease. Gordon Hayward coming back. We're still thinking about the old Gordon Hayward.
Yep.
That Gordon Hayward is not who's playing now. This guy's getting 25. Good veteran present for the Hornets. And LaMelo Ball. Come on now, if this guy's healthy with Terry Rozier, they're going to bang with anybody. One thing that I do question is their bench. They do lack the bench present. But these starters can go with anybody. Give me the Hornets here with the points.
Hornets with the points. All right, we go 8 Eastern time. T-Wolves and Bulls. The T-Wolves road favorites minus 1.5. Total 223.5.
This is one of the hardest ones out of all these, man. I am a big believer in Ant-Man and the Timberwolves. They look to have all their players, but on the same side of that, I love the Bulls starting lineup too with DeRozan, Levine. A lot of scoring. Anytime you got that much scoring, it's hesitant for me to bet against you. In a coin flip game, I'm just going to take the dog and the home team and the Bulls.
All right, we move on here. We've covered the game already. Nuggets, Clippers tonight. We've got the Nuggets here on the road, laying 3.5. The total sits here at 226.5. I guess we're not seeing Nikola Jovic in street clothes, I guess.
Yeah, man, I'm with the Nuggets, man. I'm not. I like the Clippers, but I just like the Nuggets more, and I like the unity that the Nuggets play with. They believe in all their guys, whether it's the young guys or the veterans. They believe in their guys. Clippers got the players, but they're still like a makeshift team. Like they got to play well together, and that's one thing that they just haven't done night in and night out. So I just trust the Nuggets more here in this situation. I like what they've been doing, and I'm riding with the Nuggets here.
Yeah, I'll go with the Nuggets tonight. Of course, tonight, this is your doubleheader game on NBA TV. Televised here, Suns at the Lakers here. We see the Lakers favorite here, 1.5, total 234.5.
Take the over. Just take the over. They're going to score. They're going to score. They're going to score. I don't see much defense in this one at all. I see everybody getting right, a bunch of pick and rolls. And both teams getting their rocks off as far as offensively. I'm on the over right here, over 234. I definitely can see these guys going over there pretty easy tonight.
All right, we got the preseason games covered for y'all in detail. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick.Crib for tonight's action. Of course, baseball on the board tonight, a couple from college football, NFL game tonight. Of course, Wayne, with a great baseball season, what do you have going on over at Pick.Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I had no plays yesterday, and I'm fully loaded today. I'm on 6 bets today. I have 2 in the NHL. Those are for my long-term subscribers. 2 in college football, 1 in MLB, and 1 in the NFL. I have my best bet in the MLB for you guys. My best bet in the NFL for you guys. So those are my single plays. as far as I have a 3-pack for you with my 2 college bets and my best bet in the NFL. So whatever way you guys want to go tonight, I got it covered. Extensive research, staying on it tonight. I actually love this car. Actually, on some more that I didn't put in, but I'm loving the whole car today. And I'll be ready for tomorrow and this weekend to be on there with the guys too. So you can catch me long term as well.
That's right, guy. Yeah, long term with Wayne over at Pick Dogs Rim. You see the great results in baseball. Great time to get on board with Wayne. Long-term passes. You want to try them out for 7 days. That 7-day pass will work you really well. All of your NFL action for this week covers into Monday Night Football as well. College football, a great big weekend come up from college football. All of your MLB, NHL, and of course it'll cover the first day of the couple days of the NBA, which begins on Tuesday. Right, 2 days of coverage there. Great time with that 7-day pass. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. Right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again on the show on next week. But let everybody know you got a boxing series they can catch on the channel here with you.
Yes, sir. I took a week off of it. Like I pointed earlier in the week, there is a good fight this weekend, but the odds didn't make sense for me to try to just force a bet for anybody to bet on it. But there's another big fight, Devin Haney and Regis Progress, man. That was a great press conference, early press conference, a lot of junk talking. So I'll be excited to give my thoughts on that one when it comes. And like Tony said, you can catch me on the weekend with the guys giving out some bangers with college football and NFL. As always, Tony T, man, I appreciate you for having me on here. Good luck with all your best tonight, everybody.
You as well. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue here on the show, guys. And let's get to the recap. You got my play, so we'll recap it here as we about hit the top of the hour. You have that baseball game starting a little later tonight. Of course, NFL as well, about an hour away from start time. So let's get to the recap. We do have some tips coming up here in NBA, and they're going to drop the puck in some arenas right now. So let's go ahead and get the recap up for you right now. Alex was on the Falcons, plus 2.5 against the Buccaneers. Big on McMordie says, take the points with Penn State, plus 5.5 against Ohio State. Mike says, Jaguars, Saints, over 40.5. Tony Brown, Vegas, Golden Knights, and Jets, under 6. Millz, a UFC pick, not to go distance here. Makavalov and Volkanovski, not to go the distance, minus 130. Jay says Kings, Sacramento Kings, money line, plus 110 against the Jazz. Got Wayne here on the Pistons, plus 5 against Thunder. I'll be on James Madison, Marshall, over the 49.5 points. I like the ones with Alex here with the Falcons, plus the points here against the Buccaneers. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of the drive-thru. Make sure you guys tune again here tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers here from Big Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll give up their plays for you here in real time. Remember, it always gets started with that morning show. For the next couple of days, it'll be Chris and Jay with that morning show. And, of course, remember, we got Jay's NFL session up on the channel as well, his video series. We got Chris with his NHL wraparound, Rod with his NHL video series as well. And, of course, we've got video series here from Brad Francis, Parlay Video, Millz UFC Rundown, and his prop picks of the day. And, of course, Romanelli with his college football and MLB Rundown. Just to name a few, many. Also, the public betting here from Dana Lane. And, of course, check out Big on McMordie's All Access. You get a free pick from Big on McMordie with his All Access selection here on the channel. So look for that as well and get signed up to his All Access. All right, that'll do it for our show tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew. We'll wake up out, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll catch